Water is vital to all forms of life. It covers 70% of the planet Earth and makes up more than 60% of our own bodies. It should come as no surprise then to learn that water is also the most essential ingredient in the production of the crops we rely on for sustenance.
Water generally is the most limiting factor in production systems in the Texas High Plains. We have limited water resources. The Ogallala Aquifer is the primary water resource for irrigation in the region. Rate of water pumping, water removal through pumping, exceeds water recharge. So we are in a water mining situation in the High Plains.
In an ever-changing climate, having a steady water supply is vital to the health of a crop. For this stability, farmers look to the process of irrigation.
Irrigation can increase crop yields, it can improve crop quality, and therefore marketability and overall profitability.
Our water table is continuing to drop. We don't get the recharge year in and year out. And so being able to better utilize our water, being able to manage it better, should make it last longer.
Irrigation has been in use for almost 5,000 years. Dating as far back as 3100 BC, crops were watered regularly through a variety of practices.
More recently, let's back up to the 1950s, where we typically would pump water into irrigation ditches, apply water through siphon tubes into surface irrigation situations. Then we had underground pipelines, putting water through gated pipe, tailwater reuse systems. These were all advances and improvements on efficient application. They still are a very high labor requirement and not that efficient.
Today, American Farmer is on location in Levelland, Texas, where EcoDrip is employing the use of subsurface drip irrigation to save water and increase efficiency in farming.
Subsurface drip irrigation, we're putting the dripper line below ground. So we're irrigating below ground, we're putting the water where the roots are, we're putting the fertilizer where the roots are. So we're saving on evaporation. Generally, we're getting 25–30% better irrigation efficiency than any other system out there.
Through the use of modern technology, EcoDrip has pioneered a unique method of subsurface drip irrigation.
Drip irrigation, or what we're concerned with today is subsurface drip irrigation, we call SDI, is a method of delivering water and fertilizer to a crop below the surface of the ground. So you remove some of the losses that we see with surface applied irrigation, whether it's sprinklers or row water. You no longer have evaporation as a place to lose water. Basically spoon feeding the plants a little bit at a time instead of putting a whole bunch on the surface and hoping that it filters down through the soil and gets to the root zone.
It has also enabled me to grow yields that I never thought were attainable, and so that's been a very positive experience to be able to reach some levels of production that I never thought were possible.
And so the ability to go into your office first thing in the morning, turn on your computer and check and see which systems maybe had a problem overnight. That lets a farm manager assign people the right places at the right time.
It not only increases the return that they get off of the farmland, it increases the value of it. It increases their yields, they have more production, more crop to sell, and it maximizes their water. It's a more efficient operation. They get more out of each dollar that they put in their crop with a subsurface drip irrigation system.
Using overlapping software and design tools, EcoDrip specializes in the design and installation of subsurface drip irrigation systems.
Partnering with a company like EcoDrip, who's been a big partner for Netafim for many years now, gives you that experience. They have more than 30 years experience. They're certainly one of the pioneers, if not the pioneer of permanently bearing drip irrigation for row crops. So partnering with EcoDrip gives you that experience, so gives you a peace of mind, knowing that you're going to have a system that's designed, installed, and backed up by a company that's been at this for a long time.
EcoDrip started in 1980 on a 13-acre watermelon patch owned by Hubert Frerick.
And EcoDrip has been doing solely subsurface drip irrigation ever since then. He was one of the first guys in the world to install drip below ground as a permanent irrigation system.
Today, EcoDrip is a leader in its field. With over 200,000 acres installed, EcoDrip is the largest subsurface drip irrigation dealer in the central United States.
Water is our limiting resource, so if we can better utilize our water, we're going to increase our yields.
Subsurface drip irrigation is saving water for farmers, and for that matter, the entire planet. EcoDrip is committed to making every drop count.
Having 30 years of experience doing subsurface drip irrigation designs, we have taken into account and learned over those 30 years the way to make a proper design so that our systems do last 25 years and beyond. And we have put a lot of thought and time into our designs to be able to take them into the future.
For more information, visit www.eco-drip.com or call 806-757-2120.